Welcome everyone to the very tricky Formula B. Gotta love that name. In a nutshell, we are at Tsukuba. Now, I did this in the Skippy and I bloody hated it. This is a few seasons ago now. And I did it in another car and bloody hated it on that one. And surprise, surprise, I don't like the track very much. Although the car does make up for it a little bit. So let me show you what I've got. So we did 27 laps in total. And we did pit a few times because I may have spun it once or twice. But in the end, we got a 49.392. So that was by far my fastest and best lap. It's a lot of hairpins, this circuit. Turn 1 is a hairpin. This turn is a hairpin. And basically, there's a massive one over there that you can't really see at the moment. Yeah, so getting good exits out of these hairpins is so important. And with this car being the gear ratios that it is, we changed gear twice in the whole circuit, and that is on the start-finish straight. We go up to 4th, and then back down into 3rd, and then stay in 3rd all the way around again. So yeah, being such a boggy gear ratio, I was getting a little bit understeer on exit, so just bear that in mind. Late apexes here, good exits will see you nicely through. Anyway, me waffling now. Track temp 116 Fahrenheit degrees will be above my head. And yeah, quite toasty. A lot of hot tracks this season. Track use at 45%, which is moderate, so just be careful of them. Obviously, hotter the track, the slower you go, the more usage, generally, the more grip you have, so the faster you go. So bear in mind when you're practicing or in the race sessions yourself. Otherwise, I did have to reduce my brake bias, and I reduced it down to about 58%. I think I had it between 58 and 60%. Reason being is this corner here. I will mention it when we go through it slowly, but it was very easy to brake into this corner. It was cambered corner. The rear end goes very light, and you face the other way. So be careful of that in the race, and then be careful of that when you're going around there. Otherwise, the OLAP, BLAP, and replay file, I forgot to press the telemetry button, will be all on my Discord. So if you do want to have a look at them, please feel free to come over and say hello. Otherwise, yeah, on with the guide. Right then, time to have a go around the cheeky little Tsukuba. Now, this is hairpin central around here. I think we've got 2 on this layout. But anyway, first one is here. Kind of end of the barriers start, or the crowd shielding, whatever you want to call it. Turn the car into the apex, brake in a straight line, down to 3rd gear of one of our gear changes for this lap. Get a good exit around here, although this one's not too bad because it's not bad of a run down to the next turn. There's a little kink left and a little kink right. Now, these are quite important for the braking zone of the next hairpin, so you want to stay as far left as you can. And then this opens up this little right kink just here. Just to get to apex, you want to start thinking about braking and try and brake as best you can in a straight line down the curb. You can see the steering. I'm controlling the rear end of the car. This is very tricky to not spin out. So if you do need to lift off around that first apex, then do it. But get a good exit out here. It will benefit you because this kink is very nearly flat. So as we approach this little kink, slight lift on turn in. Clip that curb, just give it a little cheeky tickle, and you're away again. As the car naturally bleeds out to this curb in here, you want to have another lift off, maybe a little dab of brakes down the curb, and for this long sweeping right-hander. Now this is where the track leaves the original layout and comes back to the the back straight. That bail on apex, you want to get as close as you can on that bail as you can. That really helps you out through that corner, to be honest. And this long sweeping right hander now is a real pain in the rear to get right. I kind of stay mid-track on entry, bring it into the curb nice and easy. I actually give the curb a little cheeky tickle on the way past, big lift on the throttle, and then back on full power. You kind of want to get right. This one is a real pain in the rear because you can use all this curbing, and it only takes experience to know how much you can, and you'll slide out and things like that. Really awkward corner, them last 2 ones to get right, and a lot of lap time to be gained there. Not my favorite track as always. Yeah, I can't stand Tsukuba, to be honest. It's one of those ones I can't handle the hairpins. But anyway, that is us across the line in a 49.392, sorry, get that right. the 3 at the beginning is much better. Yeah, key is here, slow in, fast out, particularly on that penultimate corner. I anticipating not many overtakes again for this week. I think it'll be a game of survival. I think a lot of spinning, particularly on that second hairpin, turn 4, so be very cautious into there. It's cambered, which leads you into a false sense of security that you can take more speed into it, and that pain in the rear turn 6. It was awkward to show you at the time because it disappeared that quickly, which is annoying. But yeah, that last sort of apex, just as you rejoin the old back straight, and that sort of bale thing that's there, it's the barrier that I think is actually a bale of straw, to be honest. But yeah, the closer you get to that will really help you out getting a smooth exit. And as I say, slow in, fast out around here, and you should be all golden. Otherwise, have a very good week. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.